guys, my name is Trinh and today I am here to do a book review and discussion for City of Fallen Angels by Cassandra Clare. This book is the fourth book in the Mortal Instruments series and this is actually my second time reading this book. The first time I read this was like back in like 2013 I believe, so it's been 5 years. I'm so glad I reread this. If you don't know, I am participating in this like year-long readathon with Emma Books basically, so she's like reading all of like the Shadowhunter books. So for the synopsis, I feel like it's really tricky to give you the synopsis since this is the fourth book, but I would try my hardest, or I would try my best to give you a proper one. So what I will say is that in this book there's like a mystery going on because there are Shadowhunters being killed and they're like former members of the circle, but then the way they die is very mysterious, of course. So the Clave and everyone is trying to find out what's going on, who killed these people. But I will say that this is like the perfect book to continue after City of Glass, because if you don't know, for the Mortal Instruments it used to be like only 3 books, but then Cassandra Clare added 3 more books after the trilogy, so altogether there are 6 books. And I'm so glad that we have this book just because the events that happened at the end of the 3rd book, like seriously, there's no way that you can just cut it off and be like, yep, this is the ending, that is it. No, we needed the 4th book and I'm so glad we have this, is what I'm trying to say. So for my review, I like this book more than I expected, honestly. I borderline love this book. Like I really enjoyed it when I read it like last week, which is really weird because not many people give a shit about City of Fallen Angels. Many people love City of Glass or City of Heavenly Fire. This is like the book that people like really don't care, like they either don't like it or they just don't care. It's just like a thing that you read and then like you move on from it. But I think I just really like underhyped books from the Mortal Instruments. Like I love City of Ashes and now I love City of Fallen Angels, which are the 2 books that not many people really care, honestly. I like the fact that we're expanding on the plot in the 4th book because at the end of the 3rd book not everything is wrapped up and we get to see events unfolding in this book, the 4th book obviously. As for the characters, we have new characters in this book and for the most part they are interesting, but this book is really about Simon and Jace because they're both going through a lot in this book. So Simon's going through some shit, so is Jace, and this book is really mostly about those 2 characters. I guess the thing that's like really annoying in this book is that everyone is keeping secrets. Like literally everyone is keeping their own secrets, and of course they're not really in sync. They're totally out of sync. Like seriously, like at the end they're all like, what? I didn't know this happened, I didn't know you were here, and all that stuff. And it's just crazy how like for a group of people who are supposedly close, they don't tell each other shit. So of course at the end they're all being, you know, caught off guard. Now I highly recommend reading this right after Clockwork Angel just because it's really best to read the Shadowhunter Chronicles in publication order. So this goes right after Clockwork Angel, which is the 1st book of the Infernal Devices. It's so much better to read this in publication order because I'm doing it right now and I'm enjoying it so much now that I'm reading it in like the right order or like the recommended order. It's just best to read these books in publication order. Overall, I give this book 5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed this book. Oh my god, like I could not stop reading. Like I had to finish this book, and honestly out of all of like the other books, I think this is the shortest one. So that is it for my review. I highly recommend reading this book right after Clockwork Angel, of course, and I am about to jump into the spoiler section. So if you don't want to be spoiled, then leave, but if you do, then stay. I don't really care, but I do recommend reading these books if you want to. If you don't want to, then like don't. I'm not even gonna force you, honestly, just because I know a lot of people have different opinions on these books, and for me I have like a fondness of them, or like a fan, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I do enjoy these books because they were the books that got me into reading in 2013. So now rereading them, it's like being back at the age of what, 15, and like just rediscovering my love for literature and reading and fantasy and stuff like that. So these books, they do have like a special place in my heart. So for me, I don't mind. I enjoy reading these books. So yeah, if you have not read this book, leave. If you have read this book, stay. Let's start with Simon, shall we? Because like I said, this book is really about Simon and Jace. So let's start with Simon because a lot of things happen in this book when it comes to Simon. So first, let's start with his relationship with Maya and Isabelle. So he's going out with these 2 girls. They're not dating exclusively at all, so it's not cheating. But I guess like the thing that's wrong is that his lack of communication really is like, you know, not a good thing at all, because I think the part that they both get really mad at him, like the 2 girls, is the fact that he's dating both of them and they know each other. Like Maya knows Isabelle, Isabelle knows knows Maya. So like I said, it's not really cheating, but at the same time, in the book, a few times they do bring up the fact that it is kind of cheating, but like they moved on from the situation. So I don't know, it's just like a thing that happened, but then like it's like whatever. But it is a big deal, but at the same time, it's not really cheating. They were not exclusive whatsoever. At the end of the day, everyone moved on from that situation. So Simon's home life is getting more difficult because he's a vampire, of course, and his mother doesn't know it, his sister doesn't know it, and then when she finds out, when his mom finds out, and she's like freaking out and like she's praying at him, that was really hard to read, honestly, because it's sad. It's so depressing how his mom like freaked out, and I don't blame her because she's a mundane, and the fact that her son has become a vampire, that's a lot to take in. So it's like really sad when he has to leave and he has to lie to her that like he's on like a field trip and stuff like that. So these three men that attacked Simon, so like these three men sent by Lilith, because Lilith is behind the entire fucking thing. So the first one died, and that was just like really weird. Like the first time I read this book back in 2013, I was so confused on what was happening, and then I remember the mark of Cain. Like if someone attacks Simon, the mark of Cain will protect him and like destroy that person. And then the second time, two people attacked Simon. One of them fucking died, the other one escaped, but at the same time he dies at the end anyway, because you know, Lilith got mad. Jace witnessed the entire thing, and like they're both freaked out by it. And then also Simon moves in with this guy named Kyle. Turns out he's Jordan, he's a werewolf, he's part of the Praetor Lupus or whatever. The job is to help like new downwarders, like new vampires, new werewolves, and I really like their goal because it's actually important, you know, because when like you have become a new downwarder, you're out of control, you don't know how to control yourself, obviously, like what happened with Jordan, what happened with Maya. I think Maya's kind of fine, but at the same time, I really wish someone was there for her. And then of course Simon, he's like a pretty new vampire, and I love the joke, like this happened in a lot of books, like the ongoing joke that he's a vampire but he's not good at being a vampire. I thought that was really funny. So anyway, Kyle is Jordan, and he turns out to be the ex-boyfriend of Maya, and then he turned her when he first turned. So yeah, like it was like a really bad thing, and he felt bad for his actions, and he tried to redeem himself and stuff like that. And I really like the fact that Simon wants Jordan to help him, because Simon bit Maureen and he felt really bad, and he knows that Jordan bit Maya and everything, so he's trying to like, you know, get Jordan to help him and stuff like that. And I do feel bad for Jordan. I do feel bad for the guy for being out of control when he first turned and like doing something that like he regrets, because I know for a fact he regrets his action. But we're not going to talk much about his relationship with Maya, just because that's for like the next book, City of Lost Souls. So in that book review discussion, I will go more in depth and why I think the relationship is shit, honestly. So throughout this entire book, Simon is always like having a headache, and he's always hungry, literally always. And a part of me is just like, dude, like if you don't fucking get it together and get blood and like feed, then like we're gonna have a problem. And we do. He bit Maureen. I was just so mad at him. I was like, dude, like oh my god, this situation could have solved itself if you just feed. And like I said, like after that whole thing, he's still getting headaches and stuff like that, and I'm just worried about him constantly. Every time something goes up, when he's like, I'm really hungry or like I have a headache, I'm just worried about him. Now this whole girlfriend thing, I forgot about it. So basically someone sent like a note to Simon saying that like, we have your girlfriend, like you come to this actress or else we will kill her and stuff. So he thought that that person was talking about Maya, Isabelle, or Claire, and of course those three girls are fine. But at the end, the girlfriend turns out to be Maureen, and of course she turns into a vampire. That's not good at all, but like the fact that she is batshit crazy, I'm like creeped out by her. Like she's only 13 years old, and the fact that she chose to be a vampire, that's like the part that really creeps me out the most. She chose to be a vampire. I don't think anyone would, well, I'm sure someone would have chosen to be a vampire, but I wouldn't, because I'm fucking scared. And now we have Jace. So in this book, he's going through a lot. Like I said, the same thing as Simon, but for him it's like honestly depressing as fuck. He has nightmares that he will kill Clary, so he never sleeps. He's always tired. And then one day they're getting hot and heavy, Jace and Clary, and then he cut her with his knife. And of course I remember being like, what the hell is going on? I like the fact that afterward he has to open up to Clary, because for a while he doesn't say shit. He's always like distant from her, and I like the fact that he opens up to her. And it turns out that at the end of study class he died. He actually died. Then he was brought back by the angel. Cool, right? Cool. Turns out his like protection shit is like gone, so Lilith could have like gone into his mind and like play with him, manipulate him and stuff like that. So it happened, you know, it happened. So that's about it for now, I guess. We will talk more at the end. And then the next thing I want to talk about is Alec and Magnus. We didn't see them for like the first half of the book until like the part where Camille wants to talk to Magnus, and then of course they both have to come back. And then we learn that Camille is an ex-girlfriend of Magnus, and Alex is just fucking shocked. And then I don't know why, well I do know why, but then Alex just realizes that he's gonna die soon because he's only a shadow hunter, like he doesn't live forever. Meanwhile Magnus, a warlock, will live forever because of his immortality. Now this thing, their relationship, is just kind of frustrating because Alec is jealous of Magnus and like the people he dated in the past, but of course Magnus doesn't tell him shit, the past and the people he dated and all that stuff. And Will, oh my god, if you don't know, Will Herondale in the Infernal Devices. So Camille was like taunting Alec and Magnus a little bit about Will, but like I would tell you this, like nothing happened with Will. Like Magnus did not have a serious relationship with Will whatsoever. But of course Alec was like, who is Will? Like who's this person that Camille mentioned? So yeah, when it comes to this book, I think they're both at fault, because I do like get why Alec is so jealous, because like his boyfriend will live forever and like his boyfriend will date whomever he wants. But Magnus, you have to open up to Alec, because like secrets is not good, you know? The fact that you're keeping secrets from Alec, oh my god, just like tell the truth or some shit. I don't even know. It's like really difficult at this point. So now Sizzy, my favorite ship, Simon and Isabelle. I like the fact that Isabelle opens up to Simon. So if you don't know, in the book Isabelle says to Simon that her mom was cheated on by her dad. So this is like around the time that Max was like conceived, like I don't know what year, like 1998, 1997, around that time. Yeah, Robert Lightwood cheated on his wife with another woman, and he was about to leave Maurice too, but then she was pregnant with Max, and then he decided to break it off with the other woman, stay with her. But of course now it's getting more difficult because Max died in City of Glass. It's just Alec and Isabelle now, and only Isabelle knows about the truth, this whole affair thing that like her dad had with another woman. And that is like the reason why she doesn't really date men seriously, because she's like afraid of being hurt. Sorry, I'm trying to see if I'm in focus or not, and why I look pink as hell. So now let's get to the actual plot. So like I said, someone has been killing all the shadow hunters. Turns out it's actually Camille, but then she was being tricked by Lilith, or like manipulated by Lilith the entire time. This could have been easily solved if the gang would just tell each other shit. Like Jace and Clary, they kept the secret that Jace was dead from everyone else. Simon is keeping secrets from everyone else too. So it can be so confusing, and the fact that they're not talking to each other, they were so out of sync, literally everyone. So like that scene at the end where they're like, what? I didn't know you were here. Why are you here? Oh my god, it was just so frustrating, but at the same time, like, what the hell, man? You should have said something. So Lilith's like grand plan is to bring Sebastian back from the dead in a way. So it's because like Jace was brought back from the angel, so she thinks that it's right for Sebastian to be brought back, because a life for a life. And that's a pretty good reason, honestly. I mean, I think it's like a rule or some shit, I don't even remember, but anyway, like it has to happen. And it did happen at the end, so here we are. So my camera died and I just replaced it with a new one, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't really remember where I am at right now, so I think it's like at the end basically. So that scene where Lilith is destroyed by Simon, that was a great ass scene, honestly. Oh my god, it was fantastic. But then at the end, at the very end, Sebastian is alive, and I just felt so bad for Jace, because like for like literally 5 seconds everyone thought that it was fine. Oh my god, we defeated Lilith, Sebastian is not gonna, you know, like come back, we're all good, we all good. And then of course we left Jace by himself, and then he got fucking like tricked by Sebastian. Right now I am reading the 5th book, and let me tell you, it's a freaking struggle to get through the book just because it's freaking gigantic, I'm not gonna lie. And I'm on a deadline, so I'm trying to finish that book as fast as I can. It's staring right at me right now. So that is it for my book review for City of Fallen Angels. Oh my god, I've been trying to get this fucking video up for like quite a while, because I filmed this last week, it didn't turn out great, and now I'm refilming and hopefully it's like better, but at the same time my camera died, I had to switch batteries, it's a mess. So I really enjoyed the 4th book. I'm so glad that I'm almost done with the series, because I'm not gonna lie, the Mortal Instruments is not my favorite. Like there are some books, there are some moments that I enjoy, there's some characters that I actually like, but overall it's just like too long for me. I enjoy the Infernal Devices way more way more. So the next book review and discussion is Clockwork Prince by Cassandra Clare. So I'm so excited to film that. You will see that one right after this one, hopefully. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more videos, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye. I'm so